I like this song.
I do too. It's kind of like a nice little, just a mellow, makes you want to just go.
That little feel-good music, which is what we're doing today, right? I mean, we are feeling good.
We're feeling good. We are feeling fine. Like that old Louis Armstrong song, "Feeling Fine." That's exactly what I'm feeling here as well. Right.
Well, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay. All right, everybody. I want to welcome you to TuppTalk, something new and exciting for 2023. And we're excited to bring some insights to you about how you can live your yes life as well. My name is Marcia Brown.
I'm Corinne Brown.
All right. And I think it's time for us to get started.
Well, let's jump right in.
All right. All right. So welcome everybody to TuppTalk with Marcia and Corinne. We're excited to come to you today and talk to you about what it means to live a #life. Yes life. #yes life. I want you to write that down. #yes life, because this is going to be a game changer for you. So the question is, what is a yes life, right? What is it?
Well, isn't it, you know, I didn't know if you wanted me to respond.
I know.
It's always so hard when we're streaming, because I know, like, we love talking and conversating back, and it's like hard because I know some of you guys are watching, and please comment when you're watching because we'd love to talk to you live. But it's like, I get so excited when Marcia talks, and I'm like, oh yes, what? So I'm like, okay, wait, check back.
That's right. So Corinne, for you, what do you think a yes life is?
I think I still struggle with this one a little bit. A few years ago, I was reading the book by Shonda Rhimes that was like her yes life, of where she was talking about just saying yes to everything that year. It's that overcoming fears, embracing, where you are, living in the present. Don't miss out on opportunities. We never know what door is going to open something else. We never know what lies around the bend. So the only way to really know is to say yes and go.
I totally agree. To me, I think a yes life means that you live with choices. And that's always been a big thing. Those of you who know me, kind of Corinne knows me well. One of the things is that, everything is a choice. You have a choice to do something, or you have a choice to not do something. And as my dad always said to me, if you have a choice to do something, then do it. And if you have a choice to, then at least, and if you can't do something, if it's like a situation where you can't change the situation, then just change the way you look at it. So really and truly, it's always about the choices. And to me, a yes life means that you have that choice to be ready anytime life offers you something, to be ready to say yes. If it's something that you think you want, to say yes. If it's something that maybe scares you a little, it's moving away from fear and embracing opportunity. And I think opportunity in 2023 is a great thing to be looking at, right? So I want you to think back to a time in your life when you didn't limit the vision of your life, that whatever you conceived of, you believed that it was possible, that you could do that. Maybe you were a child and you were in your first dance class and you had seen the Nutcracker and you could see yourself, as the star of the Nutcracker ballet. Or maybe fast forward, you're in college and you're playing soccer, and it's the time, you've heard about this person called Mia Hamm, who is the greatest women's soccer player in the world, that's ever lived, I think. Of course, she went to Chapel Hill, which that also makes her especially good to me. But she's the greatest soccer player there, and you could see yourself as being that, going to college on a scholarship, playing pro soccer as well. Or maybe even you're in high school and you're envisioning that I'm going to go to college and get my MBA and I'm going to be an executive working on Wall Street. Whatever that dream is, whatever that vision you had, where you did not believe that you could be stopped, when you lived a yes life and you said, I'm going for that. I've got the freedom to do whatever I feel like, wherever the spirit moves me. If I want to take a trip cross country, if I want to go to Europe for the summer, I'm going to take chances. I'm going to take choices. I'm going to be open to whatever life gives me. But you know what happens as we get older, right?
Mm.
We stop giving ourselves permission to say yes, because we either limit ourselves by the fear, or we say no because we might fail, or what are other people going to think about us. So this is truly about giving yourself permission to live life with a sense of wonderment and abandon.
Mm.
And to live a yes life means to be confident in your abilities and to say why not every single day, instead of, oh, I don't know if I can do it. It's not too late to start living your yes life. Corinne, I know that you've grown up in a household where we kind of try to embrace that idea of a yes life, but you've taken it to your own level, and you never let go of that sense of wonderment as you were growing up, and you were always looking for opportunities that you could seize. And I remember your teacher in high school saying that you had the greatest zeal for life of any student that he'd ever worked with. So, just what does it mean for you to live a yes life?
Well, because as I mentioned, I'm kind of like still embracing that because I want just anyone, as you were talking, one of the things I thought about is we want to set dreams and we want to set goals and, enjoy all the opportunities. And as we get older, sometimes, we limit ourselves. But I challenge every single one of you to take a minute now and realize today is the start of something new and we can make new dreams. We can set new goals and we can reach for new experiences and wonder with that. And I think that's one of the yes life in general is I want to live my life to the fullest. I want to say, yeah, I did that. I want to experience something. Sometimes I don't have to keep experiencing it. It's like baking a cake, right? I wanted to say I could do a German chocolate cake. So I made one. Am I going to do it again? Maybe not, but I can do it. And it's that knowing and gaining knowledge and building your toolbox of life and just the memories, as was it my dad said, memories of the snapshots of your life. Right. And so when I'm thinking about a yes life, I think about what images am I looking back on? What memories am I pulling back? Did I live an authentic life, a full life? And if you are at a point right now yourself where you're going, I don't feel that I'm there, been there, but I'd like to be there. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're watching. Um,
I
recently,
agree. Hey, and Corinne, I was just thinking, that what you just said is so powerful, and so many people need to be hearing this message that we're bringing today about living a yes life. And I know we've got a few folks watching this live right now, but I want to ask you guys to do us a favor. We need to get this word out to as many people as possible. So I'm going to ask you right now to just share this video that you're watching. You're watching us right here, but share this stream to your page, to your personal page, because we're going to do a drawing possibly here, and we're going to be sharing with you how you can get into it. But we've got to get some more people watching us so we can give that drawing away. So I want to ask you right now just to go ahead and comment yourself and then share it to a friend and say, hey guys, jump on. You need to hear what's being said here today. This is something that can be impactful for your life. So jump on here with us and let's see how many people we can add on here in the next 5 minutes or so.
I think that's great. I'm going to go share on my Facebook page. But I do is just, I want us all to embrace. And so I want to just encourage too, I'm going to share this in a second. This last year, I did a series called 100 Days of Positive Words. And the theory behind it is that you can change your world by changing your words. And I think that goes with the yes life is what words are you speaking to yourself? What words are you speaking to others? Are you limiting others as well as yourself because of expectations? To live our yes life, we just need to go for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of that glass ceiling. Realize that, yes, life's going to throw you curveballs, guys. Nothing is ever easy peasy. But if you are willing, if you are determined, if you manifest through vision and purpose, so many amazing things can happen and you will love your life. And that's, I think, the biggest thing that Marcia and I want from all of you today is to fall back in love with your life because a yes life can do that.
Exactly. We did last week, Charlie and I took our granddaughters to New York City. And part of that is just because, because we can, and it's one of those things you can go, well, do you need to? No. But what an experience, because life is limited, right? Life is short. We think about, oh, we have our whole life to do things, but really and truly, our life is envisioned in one breath. I like to think about, or say that the first thing we do when we come into this world is we take a breath, right? We take an inhale. And that is a moment of fullness and a moment of opportunity. And the last thing that we're going to do when we leave this earth is we're going to breathe out. We're going to exhale. And that's the end. But it really isn't the end. It's just the next step, right? So when I think about that, I think about every breath is like the fullness of a life. And then the next breath is a new opportunity. And this is the key, guys. You want to live your life with that sort of embracing every moment, every breath as a life. And that's what, to me, a yes life is all about. It's about living with that wonderment, that excitement, that fullness of this breath. Oh, I'm going to take full advantage of it. This opportunity, I'm going to take full advantage of it. This thing that I'm doing, I'm going to be 100% committed to it. I'm going to be in it. So that I'm not missing out. And because that, to me, really, yes, life is about not missing out on all the amazing things that we all have every single day. And I don't care where you live. I don't care where your background is. I don't care what situation you are in right now. You have choices. You can change everything. Just like Corinne said, the words you say create a vibrational energy that can change what happens around you. It changes your outlook. It changes your interactions. It changes your path. And the great thing is that all of us have that choice. We all get to say yes to whatever it is that we want to do.
I get goosebumps. I was getting goosebumps when you said that. If any of you guys else did too, comment, because it was just one of those things like, yes.
Exactly. So, Corinne, where's the time that you can remember real vividly this idea of being able to just, take chances?
That's a hard one. See, I was born, raised, and burped in this business, right? Obviously, Marcia here is my beautiful mother, not just business leader. So I'm actually very honored and blessed not only to have a great mom, but I have a great mentor. And so growing up and seeing the entrepreneurial spirit, it's a different world, And if any of you guys are self-employed, comment and let us know. But your mindset is different when you work for yourself than when you work for someone else, and the challenges that go through it. There's a TikTok, whatever, that says I quit my 9 to 5 to follow my dreams. Now I work 24/7, and it's true, especially when you're reaching towards stuff. But why I'm trying to share this is, so growing up, though, is the experience I got to see of seeing them set goals, not only mom and dad in a family setting set goals, but when I got privy to the Tupperware meetings, I saw leaders set goals. I saw people want to buy a new car and then earn one for free. I saw people reaching and achieving and things they never thought possible. People that went debt free and paid off their house by the time they're 40 years old, like because of Tupperware. And it's just seeing that growing up, it gave me the perspective that you can do anything if you're willing to do the work. The question is, do you want to do the work? And is it something that you really do want to achieve? Because we have to want it here. It can't be someone else wanting it. It can't be told you should do it. You have to want it. And that's why I always like to say, you have to know what you want. You have to know why you want it. You got to know how you're going to get it. And then you take care of you, which is the cornerstone. But part of that yes life, especially growing up, was understanding we have to know what we want. And then being able to be blessed, like my kids going to New York last week. When I remember going to, one of my best memories was the Grand Canyon. And we have a photo to help me remember this memory, which is why I love technology too. But I remember it started snowing that day. I don't know if you remember that, Mom.
Oh, I remember it very well, because we didn't have any hats or coats
and I had my arms out and free, just leaning over the canyon.
And I'm having a heart attack over here.
Yeah, because I totally jumped the fence and I was out on the edge. Shh. But it was one of those things where it's, wow, look at the beauty that's around us. Look at the opportunities that we have. life is a beautiful, beautiful thing that is meant to be loved and experienced with all of the senses.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important sense is our hearts. And I don't think we always think about that. So
Yeah.
finding that yes life is finding that authentic so you can feel free.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was my
Yeah,
little.
and thinking about that, Corinne, because that was one of the great, you mentioned because of Tupperware, but Tupperware really is just the vehicle, right? I found Tupperware when I wasn't looking for Tupperware. I was in a position, was on maternity leave. I was looking for some way to make some extra money so I didn't have to go back to work full time. I went to a Tupperware party, did not want to do that, left without signing up, left without even considering it. And over the next 4 or 5 months, I became friends with the person who had done that Tupperware party. And I started watching what she was doing, watching her lifestyle, watching her attitude. And it was something I was very drawn to because I had gone to college, to be an environmental scientist. I worked for the government. It was a very rigid sort of no freedom into thinking the way you want to think. You had to, kind of toe a line in terms of what you did. And so I decided to take that step and give that a chance and to do that. And that became a vehicle to allow me to make the money to give us the opportunity to live a yes life as well. But thinking about what you said, we had a trip that, a business meeting that we went to, and to say yes to that, I said, well, let's take Corinne with us because she's, it's an opportunity for her to experience something she hadn't. And I think that that's something that you really grabbed hold to as well later on, because I remember you came in one day and you said, I have this opportunity to go to Italy. I have this opportunity to go to Australia and New Zealand. And it was kind of like, are you going to pay for it?
Hey,
And I
I
was like, well,
raised
that's a
money.
great opportunity.
Much.
How are you going to pay for it? And what did you do?
I went, and actually I remember I wrote letters for Australia and New Zealand. Guys, this is amazing. If you want to see the world, people to people ambassador program, I think they're still around. But I wrote letters to people talking about how it was an educational experience and once of a lifetime. And this is the takeaway. And if they could invest in the future of the generation or next or something like that. And so I actually had people that helped sponsor me so that I could go. And so I think we had an agreement. I had to raise a certain amount for you to pay the rest of it. And then I was waiting tables as well. I had my job so I could do that. So I could have that money. And that was pretty cool though. I mean, seriously, that's that idea of fundraising, you are always like, okay, how are you going to do it? There's no handouts, I was taught that young is that you got to carry your weight. You want something? Okay. How are you going to get it? Let's set a plan. And I am grateful for that because I think that's one of those life skills that most people don't have. I mean, the toolbox I have, as I mentioned, I'm pretty damn proud of it.
Well, you should be, because you've accomplished a great deal of things in a very short life so far. And I just want to stop for just a second because I see some new folks coming on. We want to welcome you. This is TuppTalk with Marcia and Corinne. And really and truly, we're just exploring what it means to live a yes life. And we feel like there's so many things that we're going to be talking about today that can really impact a lot of people. We're not going to be talking a lot longer, so we don't want to, we want you to help us get this word out. We want as many people as possible to hear this message today about what it means to live a yes life and how you can have that as well. So you'll see that, we're going to do a drawing when we have 500 comments. And so we want you to be commenting. We want you to be sharing this. We want you to get some of your friends on here as well. We want to, get this word out to as many people as possible. So share it over to your page, maybe tag a friend or two that you believe needs to hear what, this message about living a yes life, living life without fear, living life with wonder, living life where you embrace whatever comes your way. As well, because I think that's really important. And Corinne just dropped in there, go ahead and tell us, what it would mean to you, what it would mean to you to live your yes life this year. Maybe something that you've done where you really felt like, I did that. I said yes to something and I was afraid. And I wasn't sure. And people told me, maybe you shouldn't do that. Or why are you doing that? I always love the way your friends want to help you make the right decision for you. by telling you
I
what
will
you
say this,
can't, by
guys.
telling you what you can't do.
No, and Marcia's right about that one. I'm just kind of interjecting because I'll forget my
That's okay.
point. But it is, we have people that tell us we can't, and then a lot of times that can fuel you to say, I'm gonna prove you wrong. But I think one thing I have learned as a solopreneur, that's like an entrepreneur that wears all the hats. I have to do it all myself, you know? And it's one of those things that I like to say it's a juggle, not a struggle, but you do have to juggle. But there's a lot of people that want to give you advice on what tools you need or how to do this and how to do that. And that I struggled with that for a while because I look at these people with admiration, but what works for someone else doesn't always work for you. And that goes back to the yes life for you. And I really just want to impress that upon everybody because that's where an authentic life comes from, is really looking inside and looking deep. You know, what dreams, as Marcia said, that there is no glass ceiling. What makes you get that lustless, or what is it? Wanderlust, that thing that you said I have.
Wanderlust, wonderment is like,
Wonderment, that word.
wow.
You
It's
know,
that feeling you wake up and you go, wow.
and we all have it. We just aren't in touch with it.
Mhm.
And I want you to get in touch with it. And that's how you get in touch with that yes life, is like, what is that thing that just makes you go, yes? You know, that gives you a zeal, because we all want to love our lives.
Mhm. So hey, what is that movie, Corinne? It's a children's movie basically, and it's about a dad who's really, maybe a mom and dad that are really involved in their life, okay?
Okay.
But their kids are kind of like secondary. And they're always saying no to the kids, no to the kids,
Oh, is that like
no
No
to the
Day, the one with Jennifer Garner?
Yeah, yeah. And so the idea is
Or
that
Yes
for this
Day?
it's yes day, for this one day. Um, you know, the parents have to say yes to everything the kids ask, within reason, obviously, that it's not going to be harmful to somebody or to others. And there's some parameters with it. But the idea behind it is, how many times do we say no to ourselves when
Mm.
really and truly we'd like to say yes? We'd like to say yes in the sense that we're afraid that if I say yes to this, it might change my life. That's the way you want to look at it. If I say yes to this, what good might happen?
Mhm.
Instead of, oh, what might not happen or what might happen bad. What if we looked at everything and said, if I say yes to this, what good might happen?
Mhm.
And it's really looking for those kind of things, those opportunities where we step outside our comfort zone, we step outside the box, and we try new things as well. I will tell you that I'm definitely wise. You can tell by my hair, I'm very wise in my life, and I'm kind of on that edge of the the boomer generation. I'm like the last little bit of it. And one of the things about that generation is that predictability is the name of the game. You kind of like, you don't live outside the lines. That's not the norm. You get a good job. I mean, that was the whole thing. You're going to get a good job and you're going to stay there and you're going to retire with your good 401k plan, and you're going to have your golden handcuff insurance and all of those sorts of things, which to me is not a yes life. And I remember, like, I was always pushing that limit of outside the box kind of thing. In college, I actually wanted to take a year off from college, and it was something my dad, of course, was not open to that. He was, because his fear was that I would take a break from college and not go back to college. But I knew I would. But I wanted to experience the world. I wanted to see what was out there, because I'd grown up, in one place. I'd lived there my whole life. My grandparents had a farm. I worked their farm every summer. It was the vision I had of the world was limited by only what I had read. Now, I read a lot, so I had a big vision in that sense, but from what I had experienced, and I wanted to really take advantage of that. So, but my mom, she gave me a little more latitude. And so while I was in college one time, I said, I'm going to go with some friends to Vermont. And she's like, my dad was like, what do you mean you're going to do that? And I said, I'm just going to go with some friends. And my mom's was like, okay. And so I got in my car, my little Volkswagen, and I drove to Vermont with another friend. And I spent a month there before I came back. I had no idea what I was going to do. I had no idea how I was going to make money, but it was an experience, and it was saying yes to this opportunity that came up. And you know what? I learned a lot in that experience, and I did a lot of things that I might never have gotten to do. And it gave me this, once again, this sense of wonder about what life can be like when we say yes to whatever comes our way. And that kind of is also this idea of, I had this the good job working for the government, and I chose to take this step by saying yes to joining Tupperware. And by doing that, it gave me a whole new opportunity, a whole new outlook, a whole new way of living life. Because I can tell you that by making that choice to say yes to Tupperware as an earning opportunity, even at the time it was only going to be temporary, but by saying yes to that, we were able to, build a lifestyle that we wanted, a yes lifestyle. We were able to buy our first home. We were able to buy our second home. We were able to save money to send our children to college without having to borrow money. We were able to afford luxuries. We were able to take trips that we might never have gotten to take. We were able to take our children to London, England, and Edinburgh, Scotland when they graduated from college. We were able to buy a second beach home, with that. We were able to say yes whenever we felt like it. Were there times that we struggled? Yes. But you know what? The struggle is part of the adventure. By working with it, we could always see in it the next step. I'm committed to working my business so that I have the choice to say yes to the next step. And that to me is what really it's all about. And that's really what the Tupperware business is all about. And for those of you joining us, give us some comments here about what things in your life you would like to see differently. What is it that you would like, ways that you would like to live outside the lines of what society tells you, or what maybe you've been conditioned to think you can only live this way. What would be something different that you are looking to do in your life that, and what will it take for you to do that? Is it flexibility? Is it a certain amount of money? Is it to be in a situation where you're surrounded by like-minded people who believe in you? These are all things that set us up for having that yes life as well.
So I love good quotes. I had to go find it, so I said it right. Where there is no struggle, there is absolutely no progress. So I think that's the hardest thing. I'm going to lay something on you, and this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. So we go through struggle, and I want to talk about this because there are different kinds of struggles that we have. And I like to say we all go through shit. But the thing is, we forget is that poop, the S word, is manure, and it fertilizes our future. So it's giving us the nutrients that we need to become what we're meant to be. But here's the difference. And this is what I want you guys to remember. If you have a seed, right? You put a seed in the darkness, you put it in the shit, and it's going to fertilize. And I want you to think about whenever you're going through in life, you are that seed that's inside of there. And sometimes we have to look inward. You got to find your strength. You have to take on the pressure. You have to go through the struggles so that we can break free and reach and bloom. And that's how we find our yes life, because we're ready to bloom. Are you ready to bloom? Are you ready to see what you're meant to be? Because if you stay in a negative headspace, if you say you can't do it, if you have stinking thinking, you're going to stink. People aren't going to want to be around you.
You want that checkup from the neck up.
Yeah, I love that saying too. That one's a good one.
We're full of quotes. We love, there's like, to me, that's what makes life fun, right? You can kind of think about, and it's like reset buttons. All little quotes. I mean, like if you were here in my office with me right now, you're going to see that I've got quotes all over the walls, because I need, those things inspire me, and they help me to keep thinking in the right way as I move forward, and just being able to take advantage of what life gives me.
Mhm.
And I'm going to share a quote too, Corinne, because it goes right along. And then I'm going to give it back to you, because I know you have something else you want to share.
No,
But kind of in the same way, of how we limit ourselves because we're so afraid to get outside, break out of this bubble, or this. I always think they're like a straitjacket that we put ourselves into. So Anais Nin said, and the day came when the pain of staying tight in the bud was more than the pain that it took to blossom. And it goes with what you just said, Corinne, is that, the challenges are what make us strong. The challenges are what give us the freedom, or the strength to break through and find freedom. The challenges are what give us the foundation that we can build on. And when we've gone through challenges, and when we've had difficulties, and when we've failed at something, we are in a position to grow. And John Maxwell has a book called Failing Forward. And guys, I want you to think about that. And don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid to not take the chance. That's the real key. All right. So, Corinne, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just thinking, as we're talking about living a yes life, right? But we probably should give some tips on how to live a yes life. And one of the things that you just said made me think about it, where you've got inspirational stuff around your walls. I had some team members over last night as we did a viewing party for our Move It Monday. It's our inspirational time with Marcia weekly with the Hooray Sales team here. And we made vision boards. And I had them look at their words and have the stuff and to keep it in front of you. And it just is that constant reminder of there are different types of learners, different things that motivate us. Have you found what helps you stay on track? And if you haven't found it, what have you tried? Have you tried putting these quotes up around you? I always have stuff around me. I mean, look at this right here, guys. I want to show you. Like, that's Marcia and I. That was our photo shoot. We were on the cover of Tupperware's magazine, and I can't do it. There you go. There's the Tupperware magazine. And it's like, I keep these things in front of myself because we all have down days. And I have to remind myself what I have accomplished and the memories of why I do what I do. And it's looking at everything from the quotes that we switch out to family, to keeping your why in front of you. Just to live a yes life, how are we helping to support ourselves so that we can't fail? Because we are setting ourselves up for success.
Exactly. All right, guys. So, I'm going to encourage you once again, because we want to get some more comments in here. I'm just sitting here looking, and we want you talking about things and sharing with us your thoughts, what you're hearing that maybe is like causing this little light to go boom. Oh, wow. As well as sharing it with other people, because so many people need to hear this. This is a brand new year, and it's an opportunity for us all to start fresh and to start with a new outlook, and to be able to see 2023 as being the year that we set ourselves free. And free to live that yes life, to be able to say yes to those opportunities that are in front of us. So be sure to be sharing this with your friends, and maybe tagging them in it. And if you're watching this later, I want to encourage you also, share it, tag them, tag someone that you know needs to hear this message today. We are going to actually leave the commenting open for 24 hours, and we're looking to get that 500 comments from you guys so that we can give away that special $100 in Tupperware. So, let's really reach out to others and share this with other people as well. But one of the things we want to just kind of share with you today is this idea of, whether you're looking for something or not, we want to put this out there because, as I said, I went to a Tupperware party and wasn't thinking about selling Tupperware. And in fact, I was pretty much dead set against it. I said, little old lady sell Tupperware. I don't sell Tupperware. No, I'm a little old lady, but oh well. This is my 43rd year, guys. And so one of the things that I think is important is to know what choices you have. So a Tupperware business is a really simple thing to begin, and it's really up to you to use it as the vehicle to get what you want. So it kind of starts with this, is that I always want to ask people, like, what is a dream that you have? What is something that you would like to do maybe in this next year, maybe in the next 6 months, maybe in the next 30 days, as well as in your life, but I mean, we start and we kind of look at forward, and what would help make that happen? If you had an extra $500, if you had an extra $1,000 this month, if you had an extra $25,000 this year, if you had an income level of a 6-figure income, what would that do for you? Well, how would that help your life? Those are the things you have to start with. And once you can say, and go ahead and in the comments, drop a comment and tell us, what is something that you would do if you had an extra $500 this month? What's something you'd do if you had an extra $1,000? What if you had $25,000 more this year than you had last year? What would you do? That is where we start. Yeah,
definitely true. I'm looking at different goals that you set, and I'm going to share with you guys a goal that I set, but I'm going to give you a little backstory first. I was born, raised, and birthed in this business, as you guys have heard a little bit. If you know me, if you're just jumping on, hi, I'm Corinne Brown. I am the fresh expert because I was born, raised, and birthed in Tupperware. And all the things that I've learned helped me to build my brand of who I am that now has become something else too. But thinking about this opportunity of when I started, I remember all the trips growing up. I worked in the office when I was in high school and helped out with newsletters because I went to school for graphic design. And I remember always being told, oh, you'd be so good at this. You should do this too. Are you going to, follow after your mom? And I was like, no, I'm not selling plastic bowls. I'm going to be a career woman. Thank you. And I had this thought for my whole high school. And then I went to college. And I did a 5-year program in 3 years. I got my degree, but that first year I realized something really important is that I had a shoe addiction. Tuition money only went so far, and mom and dad weren't going to give me money unless I got a job. Like there was those expectations, like you want more stuff, you go get it. And so it was looking at after that first year, I remember I worked on campus doing like the book sale and this and that. And I was like, oh, this stinks. So I remember my sophomore year, I started up the year. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this Tupperware thing. Okay. And I will say it was a hard start though, because when you're 19 years old and you're starting a business, it's very similar to the struggles I feel in social media today sometimes. But none of my friends would have parties for me. Okay. Their idea of a party included a keg. Let's be honest. They were in college. My mom's friends had already done parties with her. So they're not going to do parties with me. They're like, oh, good job. Good luck. No. And it was one of those things like, okay, so I had to really want it. And so I had to do cold calls and pick up the telephone, and I did surveys, and I shook so bad, y'all. Like, it was bad. I remember like we had the office was off Harris Boulevard. If any of you guys have been in Tupperware before in the Charlotte area, let us know. The office was on Harris Boulevard before it was Queen City when Marcia and Charlie brought Hooray to Charlotte. And there was that little manager room. We had a separate room, and I closed the door and locked the door so no one would come in while I was on the phone. And I had the phone with the cord because, cell phones weren't really cell phones yet. They're still the bags and things. And so I pulled it out, and I had to take my script and put it up on the wall so that I wouldn't shake and they couldn't hear it. And I put a mirror right there too, because when you look at yourself, you smile at yourself and your voice changes. And I wanted to not sound nervous. And that's what I did. And I made 200 cold calls. I finally dated my first party, and it didn't take that long. It took a couple days. I just had to laser focus and go to work. Let's be honest. That's what it is. Direct sales is not hard by any means. You just have to be accountable and check in. And if you do the work, amazing things can happen.
Exactly. And just what you said, Corinne, it's show and tell. It's like, it's not really a difficult business. It is a simple business. But you have to do the work.
You do. And it's so simple. Guys, I went to my first party. Okay. There was only 3 people there. Right. I was so nervous. But she had done outside orders. I made $146 for 2 hours of time in 2001 with my clothes on. Okay. I'm just going to say that because let's be honest.
Thank goodness. Your dad would not have liked you to have your clothes off.
At that age. Huh?
I know. Your dad would not have liked you having your clothes off.
No, he would not have. But I'm just saying, guys, let's look at the math here. Like, where can you get about $75 an hour at 19 years old on your terms? Because I scheduled parties when I wanted to work. I had complete control of my schedule so I could still go to class, get my studies done, focus on the priorities that I had in my life at that time. And I scheduled the number of parties I wanted for the amount of money I wanted to make.
Mhm.
Fast forward, I graduate, I decided to go get married and have kids, and my kids are young, and it was so important to me to always be there for my kids. I wanted to take them to preschool. I wanted to pick them up. I wanted to have the special lunches and the walks in the park because it's that mattered. And my Tupperware business is like water that fills in the cracks. And what I found is, as a college student, it worked for me. As a newlywed, it worked for me. As a mom, it worked for me. And then when I got divorced and became a single mom, I was able to double my income and still be able to have that flexibility to be there for my kids because I wanted to raise my kids. And I'm glad I did. My 15-year-old now just told me the other day I'm her best friend. Now, not in a weird, creepy way, because she does respect me and she listens to me, and they know if I ask you to do something, you do it the first time. Like, the mom role is there, but it's a beautiful
Well, and she
balance.
did share that last week when we were on our thing. She goes, I have the best mom in the world, because she listens to me and she's there for me when I need a friend. And
Mhm.
and I think that that's the thing is that, it's being able to say yes to
Mhm.
that time. And once
And
again, that goes back to what the yes life is being able to say yes to the moments in life that matter
Mhm.
to all of us as well.
And this is the thing that we were saying Tupperware is a vehicle, right? Whatever vehicle you choose, we're a lot of fun to hang out with. You really want to hang out with us, but it can work for you on your terms. And one of my favorite things to do is sit down with team members and do a dream interview and help them find their goals. Because I truly care about helping them find this wonder in life because that just makes my heart smile. And I think it's one of the most fulfilling things about this job is helping out someone else see their potential because all of you have potential. All of you can reach for anything that your heart desires. You just have the courage to pursue it.
Mhm.
And I love to say, like, I'll have the confidence in you until you're going to have it in yourself. And that's what Marcia did for me. This is what I have seen, the Tupperware effect, right? It's this confidence that lifts people to new levels
Mhm.
because it gives you opportunity to have a yes life.
Yes, it is. And the great thing about it is nobody has to sign up for life.
Mm-mm.
The thing about it is that you're making a choice that I'm going to give this a try and see what will happen. If you love Tupperware products, this is a no-brainer because you get to shop at a discount all the time when you open a Tupperware account. But the great thing is that you need some extra money. Years ago, there was a business leader that I had met, and one of the things she would always say is, "Need some money? Poof, a party."
Oh, I
Because,
love
like
that
Corinne
thing.
said, I went and I did, this party, and I made $146. This is the same thing. I need to make some extra money. Poof, a party. I am in control. I can go make the money whenever I want to. I don't have to wait for somebody else to schedule me into the, work schedule or to tell me that you don't get to work today because we don't have enough business. You can find the business. You can make it happen. It may take 200 phone calls like Corinne did to get that first party. But the thing is that it's a simple business. As long as you work it. And the great thing is that we will teach you how to do that. Because if you, in today's world, in this virtual world, if you can cut and paste, we can teach you how to be successful online. We can teach you how to do this. If you will take the guidance that we can offer you, you will be able to have a yes life and do the things that you want to do as well. So, we really encourage you to do that. A couple of quick things because we're going to wrap this up here. And we'd love to have, if you want to know a little bit more one-on-one, if you want to ask some more questions. In fact, if you have some questions right now, go ahead and drop them in the comments. We'll be glad to try
Well, I
to
do want to
answer
share a
them.
couple people posted. Deborah was saying that hers is the freedom to say yes is for the yes life. And I love that. And I do want to just shout out, Janice did say, good morning. Let's do this.
Hey,
Absolutely, guys.
Janice.
Let's do this together. Find your tribe. They have your vibe. We got this. And Tammy Michelle did say, I love my Tupperware because you deserve the best, not the rest, my friend.
I know it. I know it. So one of the things, is just like if you want to have a little bit more personal like one-on-one time with Corinne and want to ask some questions, be sure to comment, be sure to let us know, reach out to us. That's what we're here to answer your questions. But just kind of a quick overview. We do have some amazing opportunities available to anyone that wants to join. As I said, if you love Tupperware, it's a no-brainer. You're going to be able to shop at a discount all the time. If you need to make that extra $500 this month, we can show you how to do that in about 5 hours time a week. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the month, you'll have over $500 in your pocket by using this as a vehicle. And you won't even have to leave your house. And as Corinne said, you don't have to take off your clothes. You can keep your clothes on, but you can wear your sweatpants.
But you can go braless, okay?
And go braless.
Braless is totally acceptable, you know?
Yes, all of it is totally acceptable. Mm-hmm. And if you are the one, if you are sitting here going, I want to say yes to so much. I want to say yes to travel. I want to say yes to being able to go on a trip. I want to be able to say yes to buying a house this year or a second home. I want to say yes to being able to buy all new furniture for my house, whatever it is. We can help you develop a plan to give you a 6-figure income in your first year. We can help you be driving a company vehicle by the end of March, if that's something that you want. And if you are willing to take what we have to offer you and to put it to work and utilize it, we can help you make that happen, because we've seen people do it time and time again. We've helped people do it time and time again. And 2023, it's all about me. That's what I want you to say. 2023, it's all about me.
It is all about me this year. I tell you, I'm embracing it all. It's all about me. We're going for
Corinne,
it.
how are they going to, if they're listening to this right now and they're going, I want to open an account. I'm ready to get started. What would they need to do?
Okay, so you're going to go to my website. I'm typing it in for you right now.
Okay.
my.tupperware.com/Corinne Brown /enroll. And when you go there, you actually can open up your own account. There's a couple different options that are in there. And this is the great thing about an account with Tupperware. You can shop at 25% off for a year. Okay. So as a baseline, it's like a Costco membership, if you want to call it that, where you get the best product at the best price, because let's be honest, you deserve the best. And I'm a Tupperholic. I want it all. Okay. But if you're ready to make money, that's going to be fantastic. You're going to get in there. I would say you can choose the virtual kit if you just want to be online, or you can get our deluxe kit, which is absolutely amazing. So I want to, sorry, I have someone calling my phone right now. And I can help you figure out what's best for you too. So sign up, get that for you. We can get you started and we can get you launched. I can schedule up what I call a RIN 10 time with my team members. And I help you look at what your goals are. How much money do you want to make? How much time do you have to put into it? And we're going to find a personal plan for you to make it happen. So this is where you can say, yes, I want to make a difference. Yes, I want to reach here. Yes, I want to go there. And I'm going to help you figure out how to get there. So it starts right here. Go to my.tupperware.com/Corinne Brown /enroll. Let's get your account open. And then I will start working with you one-on-one to make amazing things happen.
And, we have there's always extra bonuses for people when they join. And once again, these are things we can share with you if you've got some questions. Corinne, how would they get in touch with you if they have questions?
Well, you guys can, I'm going to actually give you guys my phone number. Is that a little crazy? It is.
Publicly like that? What?
I am totally doing this right now. So make sure you write it down. You can text me right here. Facebook keeps putting me in jail because Tupperware bowls are sexy. It creates a disruption. But if you text me, or you can actually email me here at Corinne@thefreshexpert.com. Make sure you're following me on social media if you haven't already. It is The Fresh Expert on Instagram. And we were talking at the beginning here about change and how you change your words. I did a whole series last year. It's in my reels on 100 days of positive words. I want you guys to go watch that too. Okay. Just it's powerful. It changed me doing it. And I can honestly say I ended up finishing off 2022 happier than I've been in years. So
awesome.
There's that one. And here's this one. Yep. There you go.
Okay. Yep. So Janice wants to schedule her RIN 10 time with you.
I'll put my Calendly link in the comments once we get off, because it's hard for me to type it right through here. And then you can get on my calendar. If you want to chat with me, I'll give you the link. You can get on my calendar. Well, let's do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we would really love to help you live your yes life. And what are you waiting for? Mm-hmm. Maybe you're like that bud that I talked about in that Anais Nin quote, where the pain of staying tight in the bud was less than the pain, or was more than the pain that it took to blossom. This is your year to blossom. This is your year to say yes to what comes your way. This is your year to shed those old ways and spread your wings, just like the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. Let this be your year of transformation. Let this be the year where you live life on your terms. And we're excited to help you do that. And we want to thank you for joining us today. And once again, if you're watching this on the replay, you have any questions, comments, go ahead and put them in there. We're going to leave the comments open for 24 hours until noon tomorrow, January 4th. And then when we have 500 comments, there from a variety of different people, we are going to do a drawing and give away free Tupperware. So be sure that you are sharing this. If you're watching it later, share it with a friend. Tell them to, go watch this. Go listen till the end, because we need to give them a magic word, Corinne, a magic word that they put at the end, so that we know that they listen to it all.
I got to think of something creative, because we've said a lot of good words.
I know.
How about shine?
Shine is a great word. This is your year to shine.
Because that's what yes life gives.
Just put shine, or how about hashtag shine? Doesn't matter. Shine. Just type, if you when you've watched this to this point, go ahead and comment now, shine. That way we'll know that you listen to the end. And as others are joining and watching later, when they get their shine.
I can check timestamps, just saying, y'all.
Yeah, we do check timestamps. So that sounds great. All right. Well, thank you guys once again for joining us. Corinne, last words before we sign off for today?
No, guys, I just want you to embrace this year. And I really appreciate you guys joining us. We're going to be streaming the first and third Monday of every month right here at 11 a.m. Or Tuesday. First and third. What did I say?
Monday.
Okay. First and third Tuesday. I have it right there on the thing. All right, so first and third, so mark your calendar, plan to join us. We're gonna do some fun things this year. Marcia and I have been talking about like different topics to cover with you guys, and I'm just excited to share it too. And we want to be here to support you and lift you, and it brings us joy to share with you. So make sure you do come back and chat. We read all the comments, and we really appreciate you guys for joining in. But yeah, so make sure if you haven't yet, tell us how you're going to live your yes life this year. Let's embrace this year and make amazing things happen.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Bye, guys.